Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about how the left-right patch has made tall lockdowns the absolute meta in NBA 2K22 Next Gen at the lockdown spot. So I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all good stuff, and like always, try to 1,000 likes. Obviously, as you guys can see, we're not playing crazy competition. I don't know what it is with this new season, but I haven't played anybody. Like in my first 50-60 games of this new season, I haven't played literally anybody of an 80 win percent or higher at all. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm definitely looking forward to playing more competition, especially with this build right here that I want to put on showcase with this gameplay. So again, just understand the people on this aren't really crazy good, but the other thing too is this left-right patch has a lot of people looking lost on offense. I mean, this stuff is really egregious and crazy how bad some people look with this. Now, my boy Shots right here, you guys know he is the absolute left-right demon. I mean, this dude does it like every single play back and forth. Now, here's the thing. He's always been a good point guard in every single 2K. I'm not going to sit here and put it past him, and I think a lot of people are on my YouTube channel who think that my guards, him and Kitchen both, are just left-right made and they would be garbage if this patch were to be in place, and now it is. So, I'm definitely looking forward to them proving people wrong, especially with this stuff right here, because again, my boy Shots right here, he has been nasty all the way back to 2K17. He's been doing this stuff for literally, this is his 6th year of playing point guard at a really high efficient level, and obviously, you know, one little patch isn't going to sit here and make him bad. And I got to say, he's actually been killing it in comparison to all the other guards that we've been playing against. So, what this patch has done, if we want to talk about what this influences with the gameplay, there's a lot more people who are going to the hoop, or so to say, rim running, right? Now, in these situations that people are more willing to go to the hoop than they were originally before, the tall locks have seen a huge uptick in their absolute just meta sense, right? So in terms of being tall, it allows you to play versatile defense, be able to switch amongst your two people. You can see my boy SK right there on his 7-footer, making him miss that dunk just off Intimidator alone. I mean, honestly, that's pretty wild. And the more height you have, obviously more versatility you have with rebounding. You can switch between the 2 and the 3s. If your 2 is tall, he can still guard the 1s as well. Long story short, the versatility that this build brings to the table is absolutely ridiculous. I will show the build after this gameplay. I don't want to keep on constantly force feeding you guys the build creator of this 6'9" right here, but obviously for the new viewers and stuff, they haven't seen this, so I kind of just have to. Either way, anyway, SK right there, once again, chase down block, it just absolutely killing it with the defense on this lineup right here. And obviously, the small guard, like meta of the past, I will sit here and tell you guys that if you don't have a point guard who has the skill or the ability that AK does to be able to actually get himself open, then I would highly encourage you guys to come out here like a 6'5" at the PG, and then 2 of my builds at the 2 and the 3. It would be glitchy to have that type of defense and versatility all across the board. And honestly, there is one difficulty that we face with this lineup anymore, and defensively I will say that's either when people target SK's lack of speed or they target AK's lack of height, and all that included. I don't really think my build is a liability at all by any means. As you can see right here, guarding the interior and the perimeter, 21% contest right there, make a miss. Obviously we were locking down the perimeter, get that block on the perimeter earlier, and honestly, just in general, he's not getting open. And again, that left-right patch, I will say, man, there's a lot of these people who cannot get open anymore, and it's really crazy. Right there, you can see my boy AK peeking green just like that. I will say, one of the frustrations that I've been having as a lockdown is that when I'm trying to switch the arrow, for whatever reason, I don't know why this arrow would ever possibly switch onto the big man right here instead of the guard. But either way, you can see my arrow is stuck on the big. It ends up eventually getting switched onto the guard when I make contact with him. I'm trying to play that passing lane right there. He ends up actually getting open on the perimeter. You can see SK kind of leaves me alone right there. Now, what I want to mention with this too, with me and SK on this perimeter defense stuff, we don't really play together too often right here, but honestly, when I jump right here, he probably shouldn't really send any heat down to that, especially considering this is the point guard out here that he's going to be very likely to get the ball back to. So honestly, at the end of the day, with this versatility of this lock right here, if you as a big man are playing with a lockdown who's like this and he is taller, he can hang on the interior and stuff like that, you probably shouldn't leave the 3-point line too often. What I'm essentially getting at right here is that obviously SK should stay at home, but in this situation too, if you have 2 of these builds that I have right here, you don't really have like roles in your mind where SK is probably thinking, I'm the big man, I need to help in the paint. You know, in terms of rotations, he's playing with AK right here too, who if he gets drove by, then absolutely we need to send rotations because AK can't hang in the paint at all. But with this build right here with 95 block rating and still having like 76 interior defense, all types of intimidator, like rim protector, all types of crazy stuff, I don't really need any extra help in the paint. And you know, at the end of the day, it's just one play, it's not that big a deal. But realistically, you obviously don't want to give up 3-pointers, especially on catch and shoot situations like this, where it's harder for people to get these 3s anymore in the pick and roll game. You can see we're getting a lob right there. I mean, this build is glitchy, bro. It's really crazy. Super high driving dunk. The defensive ability is out of this world. The playmaking ability is still not even that bad, and then it can still even shoot the ball. I didn't do it in this gameplay, but either way. So on this one, I just want to kind of clear up what happened right here. So SK got hit with the classic pick and pop slip. So he ended up trying to hedge up for me and help me on what would have been the screen to the left right here. But what actually ended up happening is the dude pop slipped over to the right corner. Now, again, if we're on builds that are much more willing to like switch everything, so to say, where I'm on a 6'9" and he's on a 6'9", then we just play sides on everything with this, and pop slips or just any pick and pops in general never really get open. The only thing that gets open is a slip to the hoop, but then at that point we both have Hall of Fame chase down artists with 95 block rating and super good mobility, and really nothing gets open. I mean, honestly, bro, 2 of these 6'9s would be glitchy, super crazy. I cannot wait to show you guys that. I will 100% when I get the chance to. But anyway, right here again, you can see he just gets hit with that pop slip. I'm able to recover really easy on that, but that's the principle that I don't like doing as a big man. It really frustrates me. If I have the versatile defender on the backside, I don't like when the lockdown isn't willing or able to switch off, because it puts you in that situation as a big man where you just have to cover so much ground with those pick and poppers and stuff like that. Whereas if you could just switch everything, it's really simple for everybody involved, honestly. So now we're back on defense. I'm out here just trying to fight through. I got the lock takeover. I'm trying to get harassing out here and just like go for those bumps right there. I probably could have got one right there. Boom, on ball passing lane, as I see he's cutting on AK right there. And now this is where I just want to explain to you guys too, if you ever want to know how to do this, you can literally just flick to the left or the right. It doesn't even matter in this inbound situation, but ideally you want to flick your stick in the direction of the person you're trying to switch onto. Honestly, I know that's very basic etiquette for a lot of people out there, but some people don't know how to do that. So I just want to let you guys know, in this situation, I'm normally manned up on this guy right here, but on this inbound where I see SK as the inbounder, I can easily switch on to the one. So I just flick my right stick to the right, and then boom, simple as that. I'm manned up on the point guard now, and my arrow is facing him off the inbound as well. Super convenient for the sake of the lockdown out there. And it really is frustrating that the one real thing that I struggle with is getting my arrow on the point guard, especially when I'm lined up at the 2 instead of 3. It's honestly just very frustrating, but it is what it is. As a lockdown, it's something you have to deal with in this game. It would be very nice if 2K had like matchup switching in this game where, you know, we could just be able to control that entirely like you can in Pro-Am. Right there, AK gets a pretty semi-open shot. I'm not big enough, or my O-board isn't good enough either to get that O-board right there, and then I just kind of tweak right here. I couldn't really recover to the corner either though, so at the end of the day, that was just a really bad possession with me not sealing that offensive rebound either. And that is the one downside of this build. I only have 84 O board. I do have 91 defensive rebound though. You could have a higher offensive rebound too with this build as well, but honestly, people probably aren't going to play in the style or the conventional, like, you know, situation that we're doing right here. Like, I'm lined up at the 2 running screens, and we got our 7-footer in the corner. Not many people are probably going to be doing this right here. Right there, AK was wide open. He wanted to show me how his dribble size up right there was going to work in terms of getting like the pick and rolls open. So really, he could have just taken the open shot, but we're over here just kind of messing around with these guys at the end of the day. Right there, grab the O board off SK's miss, hit AK wide open in the corner. The next possession that you see on offense, I'm going to have a wide open slip and try and hit SK in the corner again, and we get the pass tipped. I mean, honestly, offensively, all of this stuff works out pretty well. The spacing is good. The point guard is still able to get himself open off the screens. The attention is still forced onto that guard right there. Boom, again, I'm switching my right stick. I'm flicking it over to the left. I get my matchup on the point guard. I'm out here fighting through. I'm over here a menace to society right now, bro. I'm trying to hawk everybody. They end up running another wrap where they also switch across again, and I end up just on this Laker shorts dude right here. So then I ended up chasing him way too high, and he gets a nice little mid-range on me right there. I'll give him props on that. That was actually a really good take according to where the shot clock was and how I was playing defense. Really smart. So now, what's going to happen right here? AK is going to hit me on the slip. I'm going to go ahead and just try and dot that corner easy. It looked very easy. Right there, though, I just literally get the body bump, throw it right at his chest. I end up getting the ball back. I mean, honestly, it's kind of BS both ways. I mean, realistically, I should have been able to get this pass in super easy over to the corner. That's literally wide open. I got 3 people on me right now. But either way, what ends up happening is I get the ball back, boom, go back to AK, green, simple, just like that. So what I want to talk about in this outro and just recap of that whole gameplay right there, I want to let you guys know you're going to be playing against a lot more people who are running ball movement offense. It's going to be a lot of either rim run, ISO, or it's going to be a lot of people just, like, you know, kind of passing the ball around how basketball should be played to an extent. It's not exactly the style that we're used to in 2K, but in this situation where it's a lot harder on these point guards to be able to just go left to right, and it was such a bailout for a lot of garbage PGs out there, you're going to see a lot more people on builds that can dunk, builds that can drive, and just all types of ball movement and spacing. So with that, I think versatile locks like this one right here that I have in this gameplay is fire. And for you to be able to play the chase down blocks, be able to just be a completely versatile defender, and have 2 of these on the 3v3 court, that would be so glitchy. And I cannot wait to show you guys 2 of these builds together on the 3v3. But anyway, as you can see, box score right here, I end up with 6 and 3, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 for 3. AK still got out 5 threes right here. Again, I don't want to sit here and say that these guys are really like the highest level competition that we could ever play, because it's clearly not the case, but they are still running 2 lock takes with the point guard, so it is still a pretty good versatile defensive lineup right here. And at the end of the day, they weren't completely lost, but I do look forward to getting some more competitive games in. I wish my boys were more willing to head into the stage and stuff like that. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I really do wish that I'd be sitting here playing stage 24/7 instead of this park stuff, because I do want the competition. I do want the sweaty dudes. I want pause. I do want to play good competition in this game. Alright, so here's the build that I used in today's video, and that I will be using in a lot of different future videos as well, because this build is really fun in terms of the way it supports my playstyle as well. It's just nice that you can do so many different things. I don't have to be elite with the ball in my hands, but I still like to be able to just, kind of move when I want to, or honestly, be able to shoot is really a key attribute that you can add to this build as well. And then on top of that too, you still have 93 driving dunk for contact dunks like crazy, still gold posterizer. You still have ridiculously good defense and good screen setting ability too, still with the 76 interior defense. So that was the key thing that I wanted to go for with this build right here, is to have that 76 interior D. I do sacrifice 2 extra perimeter defense and 1 speed, but honestly, it's well worth it if you ask me, in the sense of versatility of being able to be the big man on offense. And yes, it does still help a little bit on defense to have higher interior D. I think that's actually a pretty solid thing to go for. But what makes this build so glitchy is being 6'9" with 90 steal rating. Now, before you load up the My Player Builder and think that you can get this rating on a regular 6'9" build, I'm here to tell you that's not the case at all. I'm going to show you guys how to create this build real quick and how to set up in the My Player Builder with these glitchy attribute ratings that you can achieve on your build as well if you want to create this. Now, real quick, just for takeover options, I have slash, lock, rim, and glass. Simple as that. I really do like the extreme clamps. I'm not gonna lie, as you can see, I have 2 of them activated, and in that video I also had extreme clamps activated too. I think I had finishing moves as a secondary, just for if we were getting slips for really easy and free, and I could just get the slash take to help me get progress on the extreme clamps, and then I'll just pop lock take. Simple as that. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna show how to create this build real quick. Alright, so we're gonna start from the very beginning. I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible though. So you're gonna want to create a new build. You're gonna make it a shooting guard, whatever handness you want and whatever number, it doesn't matter. So then you're gonna go to 6'3", 220 on the weight, 7 foot wingspan. I know this literally like the back of my hand now. And then go burly body shape. I think the key to it is getting that burly body shape. Then after that, all you want to do is just pretty much max out every single attribute rating that you possibly can. You can just go ahead and make it quick. You don't have to do anything in particular. As you can see, I'm just gonna do random BS all over the place. Pop whatever takeovers on that you want. It doesn't even matter. And then all you're gonna have to do is end up coming out to the edit build aspect of this. So not start my career, not test build, you're gonna go to edit build. So now once we do that, you want to come all the way back out. We're gonna go ahead and just remember that we have the 6'3", 220 shooting guard right here. I just wanted to make a new one because I wanted to prove to you guys that it's as simple as this. So anyway, 6'3", 220 on the weight shooting guard. Remember that. So now we come to settings, we go all the way back to the menu, and now we are going to switch this units of measurement, and we're going to go from the imperial system, which is like the North American way of doing it, and then we're going to go to the metric system, which is pretty much how the rest of the entire world works. So good old USA, just always going by different rules. So anyway, now we come back to the 6'3" shooting guard, 220 on the weight. It's going to read as 1.91 meters and 100 kilograms. So all you're going to have to do is come into that and edit build, pressing Y or triangle. So now once we go into edit build, you're going to go ahead and just press A on this, keep your position the same. You're going to be able to up your height, and you're going to go ahead and just hit to the right on this, continue, it doesn't matter. You're going to go to the right and go to 2.05. So with that, that is 6'9", pretty much. It's 6'8" and 3/4 technically. So then you can go ahead and just minimize the weight, maximize the wingspan. This is going to give you the best possible way of setting up with not having silver brick wall. I think this is by far the best thing you can do. It functions as a lockdown build ridiculously well. And with this, you achieve the ability to have like 90 perimeter defense, 90 steal ratings, 79 speed on a 6'9" build. That is literally ridiculous. That is just a complete glitch. And then you can still have really elite defensive rebound rating, you can still have elite block rating, all types of stuff like that. The list goes on and on. This is a really glitchy build. I'm not going to dictate to you guys or like explain how you have to set up with attribute ratings. You could totally play around with this as long as you want, but like I said, I showcased how I wanted to upgrade it myself, so you can go ahead and copy that if you would like to. But I just wanted to show the process and the ways of creating this and setting it up so you actually have the metric system set up in the glitchy way. So anyway, that is all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try to 1,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put 6ix9ine in the comments again to show your support to me all the way through. I know, hey, if y'all watch the end of the videos on a lot of these vids, I'm not gonna lie, we've been doing 6ix9ine for a lot of these. If you want to, you can put metric as well. But anyway, that's off the video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed, and we will be posting a lot more gameplay and stuff like that, just all types of season 3 content. I'm gonna re-rank the badges and tiers as well when I get a little bit more aspect of the gameplay. I want to understand badges and just how the gameplay works a little bit more before I get started with all that stuff. So it might take a little bit, it might be like a week or two, and I just want to allow myself to really process how badges work and how everything has been touched up on the new update. Like for instance, the fact that they mentioned in the patch that Intimidator now affects perimeter jump shot contests. So all this stuff is going to be stuff that we kind of just are going to monitor very closely and try and pay attention to, and then I will re-rank those badges and all different types of gameplay videos. I'll be doing build videos too, in terms of like best centers, best guards, best lockdowns after the patch, all types of stuff like that. So anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you made it to the end of the video, put either 6ix9ine or metric in the comments to support me all the way through. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.